वीडियो पर रिएक्ट करने जा रहे हैं। उस वीडियो का टाइटल है माई क्रिया योगा रूटीन विद बाबाजी श्री एम शेयर ट्रू स्टोरी। ठीक है, तो अगर कोई अपनी ट्रू स्टोरी को शेयर कर रहा है तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि वो झूठ बोल रहे हैं, उन्होंने उस चीज़ को एक्सपीरियंस किया है। ठीक है, जो चीज़ हम एक्सपीरियंस नहीं कर पाते वो ज़रूरी नहीं है कि सामने वाले ने नहीं की हो। जो मेडिटेशन की अवस्था में होते हैं, अभी क्या है कि हमारा देश ऋषि मुनियों का देश रहा है, ठीक है, देवताओं का देश रहा है, ठीक है, और कोई छोटा मोटा देश नहीं था, अखंड बहुत बड़ा देश था। ठीक है, और जब 1000 साल हो गए देश को, इन्वेडर्स आए, हमारी संस्कृति को, हमारे कल्चर को, हमारी जो नॉलेज थी सबको तहस नहस कर दिया। ठीक है, लेकिन क्या होता है कि कुछ चीज़ें होती हैं जिन्हें आप नहीं मिटा सकते, तो वही यही चीज़ें हैं वो। ठीक है, तो देखते हैं वीडियो किस तरीके की है। अगर आप न्यू है चैनल पे, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिएगा, लाइक कर दीजिएगा और सनातनी होने पर प्राउड फील कीजिएगा। ठीक है, शुरू करते हैं वीडियो।
Binge watch and learn on TRS Clips. I want to talk about your first few days with your master. Because I am assuming you weren't meditating too much before that phase where you actually started meditating with him.
True.
What were the first few days of training like? I don't know whether you can call it training, but I'm assuming there were some things he made you do, some activities that maybe purified you. This is where we begin creating the sequel from the last episode. A few key terms in that one were higher beings,
Yes.
Yeti,
Yes.
Shri M, Babaji.
Yeah.
So let's begin in that tangent again.
See, it's like this. I was meditating. I won't say that I was not meditating, but I didn't know exactly how to go about it. I was doing in my own way, like many young people who are interested. I used to sit for some time in sunset and close my eyes. And after Babaji met me and put his hand on my head at the age of 8, I was not normal after that. I mean, I did everything that young people did in school and college, but there was one part of my mind which was meditative, which was looking at how to acquire more knowledge regarding these matters, meeting people. All that was already happening. It's not that it was not happening. When I met Babaji for the first time, physically again, I mean, this was only for 5 minutes when I was 8 years old. And when I started living with him, he then put me into a certain route of meditation, like how many times, how many hours you should meditate. And then he taught me Kriya, taught me how to practice Kriya.
When it comes to Kriya Yoga, a lot of our listeners have read the autobiography of a yogi,
Mhm.
where Kriya Yoga is spoken about as a very fast way of advancing spiritually. But I believe there's also some sort of warm up that your body needs to reach that point.
Yes.
Correct?
I told you, I think I remember saying last time to you, but that in the spiritual journey, there is no jet plane path. Everything is hard work. We need to, I mean, people have said that, but I don't totally subscribe to this.
Okay.
Just because you have taken Kriya, you shouldn't think that no. There are many preparations required. You need to adjust your emotions, your feelings. Yama niyamas has to be followed. And then when you've done that, it also depends on how much Kriya you're doing. If you ask an ordinary, normal person to sit down now, do every day 3 hours of Kriya, it's not possible. So you need to go slowly. So I started with half an hour. Babaji was an expert in this mind matters. First he told me half an hour. Then you go 1 hour, then 45 minutes, 1 hour, like that. There was a time when I was meditating almost 6 hours a day.
Really?
6 hours meaning doing Kriya for about 3 hours, and then silent meditation. It's very important for all Kriya practitioners that after the technique, you have to meditate silently. And that silent meditation period started increasing for me. Because when you do Kriya, you're absorbed in the inner. You begin to enjoy it. The last part of meditation is to just allow yourself to enjoy it without doing anything.
No mantras or anything?
Nothing. It's called pure sakshi, which means witness.
Again, let me give some context to the listeners, because a lot of people associate meditation with maybe some Western techniques that they've learned, and that those are also fine. But it's about focus on your breath, focus on the sounds around you. When you're talking about Kriya or Kriya related meditations, there's a very particular technique. It might be something related to breathing or a mantra,
It is.
which pushes you into a very deep state.
Exactly.
It is a focus based technique, but then when you come out of it, and there are ways to come out, you need to spend some time in silence and just absorb what. See, I'm losing words. Just absorb what your body has
Yeah.
seen.
Very important. This is very important. At the end, this has to be done. So I did that, and then, Babaji always traveled. He never stayed in one place for very long. So he traveled from place to place. He always went on foot, so I also walked with him. There's no way out. And everywhere we stopped, whenever he found a great yogi or somebody who had. Sometimes he used to take me to people. Today I don't consider to be great yogis. That time I would have fallen for it. They had some powers, like they used some siddhis and they used to do something. Normally I would have fallen for it. Babaji always alerted me. This is not the end of the journey. I won't tell you in this part, it's interesting. Many people come and say, can I have this siddhi, that siddhi? In Ashtanga Yoga, there are Ashta Siddhis in the Yoga Sutra. So I will just tell them, look, this is not the aim of your practice. Yes, as you practice, on the way you might come across, such things, but they're useless. Move forward.
The distractions from the end goal.
I must tell you that. It's not, people say, oh, it's because you cannot do anything. You're saying, sorry, I said, it's not like that. Yeah. So, this Ramakrishna Paramahamsa had a guru. He had many gurus. One of his gurus was Bhairavi Brahmani, who's a lady who was supposed to have been a disciple of Trailanga Swami, the great, whose samadhi is in Banaras. She taught him the Vaishnava Tantras. And she went off. Many years later, two of Ramakrishna's Guru Bhais, one name was Manikandan. He came back and met Ramakrishna. I used to call him Gadadhar. So, because they know each other. And he said, hey, Ramakrishna had a habit of late night, midnight, to walk away into the Panchavati, a group of 5 trees near Dakshineshwar, and meditate at midnight. He had to take a lantern and go. So one day Manikandan said, hey, Guru Bhai, Dada, you don't need a lantern. He said, why? He said, because I have a light here. Okay, I can put that light for you. And the story is that he opened his whatever and showed a light, and Ramakrishna went and meditated and came back. After coming back, Ramakrishna said to him, you may think I don't have these capacities. Doesn't matter, I'm not interested. But this is not good for you. From tomorrow, you cannot use this light. It is gone. And it was gone.
Why was it not good for him?
What is the use of showing light in the night? So here you have a torch. It's as simple as that. You have to do more things. So I saw a lot of great kind of yogi types and all. I was not. Babaji also explained to me the principle how these things operate. They're not such a big deal. If you practice certain things 6 days, 7 days with me, you can also do such. It's not a big deal.
When do I get to meet you, sir?
No,
I'm kidding. So TRS Clips has all sorts of videos and all sorts of playlists. Make sure you explore the channel by subscribing and heading to our homepage and reading through all the playlists. Happens through curiosity.
तो वीडियो यहाँ पर कंप्लीट हो गई। और देखा जाए तो मैंने इनकी और भी वीडियोस बनाई हैं, और हो सकता है कि फर्स्ट वीडियो में ज़्यादा वो ना हो, लेकिन क्या है कि जब मतलब थोड़ा सा ट्रस्ट डगमगा जाता है कि भी ऐसा है। लेकिन जब इन्होंने बिल्कुल सामने ये कह के बताया है कि इस तरीके से उनको महसूस हुआ था और वो उन्होंने इस तरीके से योगा क्रिया की थी उनके साथ में, तो क्या इसको हम नकार नहीं सकते। अगर मान लो हम नहीं कर पाते तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि कोई और इंसान नहीं कर पाता। और मेडिटेशन में आपको क्या है कि कोई ज़रूरी नहीं आपको कोई मंत्र बोलने पड़े। मेडिटेशन हमारी दादी किया करती थी, क्या 1 घंटे तक मेडिटेशन करती थी वो, 1 घंटे तक मेडिटेशन करती थी वो, ठीक है। तो एक अलग एनर्जी आपको मिलती है उस चीज़ से। अच्छा, ये जो मेडिटेशन करते हैं बहुतों का तो मतलब मेडिटेशन कर ही नहीं पाते, वो उनका माइंड कभी इधर कभी उधर, मतलब वो कंसंट्रेट नहीं कर पाते। तो क्या है रीज़न क्या है कि आपकी जो सुषुम्ना नाड़ी, पिंगला नाड़ी, ये जो इधर की साइड, और ये जब आपकी एक्टिव हो जाती है दोनों, मतलब बैलेंस बना रहता है। जब बैलेंस बना होता है आपकी सुषुम्ना नाड़ी जब एक्टिव हो जाती है, तो एक्टिव होने के बाद में क्या होता है कि आप कई कई घंटे तक मेडिटेशन करते हैं और आपको बड़ा ही आनंद फील करते हैं। आपको मतलब यही नहीं पता चलता कि आप कितनी देर आपको मेडिटेशन हुई है। और जब आप मेडिटेशन करते हैं ना, तो आपका कनेक्शन ऑटोमेटिकली आपको एक अलग शक्ति से मिलता है, मतलब आप ऑटोमेटिकली कनेक्ट हो जाते हो किसी अदृश्य शक्ति से, ठीक है ना। और ये फैक्ट है, ये झूठ नहीं है ये, ठीक है। वो अलग बात है कि आजकल की दुनिया में हम इतनी ज़्यादा भाग दौड़ करते हैं कि मेडिटेशन तो क्या, हम 2 मिनट टिक के नहीं बैठते कहीं भी, ठीक है। और फिर हम जो कोई बात बता रहा होता है तो उस पर ट्रस्ट भी नहीं करते हैं, ठीक है। तो क्या है, ये बातें बिल्कुल सच है। और हमारे ऋषि मुनि जो क्या बोलते हैं, हमारे जो पूर्वज थे, वो सभी क्या करते हैं, मेडिटेशन में कितना विश्वास रखते थे। आपने कभी गुफाएं वो देखी होंगी, उधर जब जाते हैं महात्मा बुद्ध, गौतम, ये सभी जो आप पहाड़ों की तरफ जाते हैं, तो वहाँ पे मेडिटेशन की जगह बनी हुई है छोटी छोटी सी। वहाँ पे जो ऋषि मुनि वो जो थे, ये सभी मेडिटेशन करते थे, ठीक है। और आपने कैलाश मंदिर देखा होगा, कैलाश मंदिर में भी किस तरीके से बनते हैं ये सारी चीज़ें, इतनी टेक्नोलॉजी कैसे हाई होती है, ये सारी चीज़ें कैसे होती हैं। ये आप ये समझ लीजिए कि इंडिया में एक आप बोल सकते हैं नॉलेज पावर हाउस, जिसे नॉलेज का पावर हाउस बोल सकते हैं आप। यहाँ पे इतनी ज़्यादा नॉलेज थी, इतनी ज़्यादा टेक्नोलॉजी थी, यहाँ पे हर सब कुछ था यहाँ पे, ठीक है ना। वो अलग बात है कि सब कुछ तहस नहस कर दिया और उसके बाद भी बचे हुए हैं। हमें ये प्रूफ देने के लिए हमारे जो पूर्वज थे, उन्होंने वो अपने हाथों से बाकायदा बनाए हुए हैं, जिन्हें आज कोई साइंटिस्ट बना भी नहीं सकता है, ठीक है ना। तो ये बातें झूठ नहीं हो सकती। जब कैलाश मंदिर बन सकता है ना, तो ये बातें भी झूठ नहीं हो सकती, ठीक है ना। कैलाश मंदिर आज के साइंटिस्ट नहीं बना सकते, हाथ खड़े कर देते हैं, जबकि पता नहीं कैसे बनाई है, क्योंकि ऊपर से पहाड़ को काट के बनाया गया है, ठीक है। तो वीडियो काफ़ी अच्छी है और इन्होंने अपना पूरा एक्सपीरियंस शेयर किया है कि किस तरीके से ये मेडिटेशन करते थे और किस तरीके से इन्होंने महसूस किया था उनको, और कितने घंटे इन्होंने मेडिटेशन किया, ठीक है। कोई ट्रस्ट करे ना करे, लेकिन मैं बिल्कुल ट्रस्ट करती हूँ और हमें अपने रिलीजन पे बिल्कुल ट्रस्ट करना चाहिए। अगर आप नहीं करते हैं और ज़्यादा लिबरल हैं, तो थोड़ी लिबरल से बाहर निकलिए और सनातन की तरफ मूव कीजिए, ठीक है। तो वीडियो काफ़ी अच्छी है और आप हमें सपोर्ट कीजिए। अगर वीडियो अच्छी है तो आप इसे सब्सक्राइब जरूर कीजिएगा। गुड बाय।